Hi, everybody. I'm here with a gentleman who probably needs no introduction for most of you. This is my shockingly talented friend, five-time world champion ETA, Mr. Dwight Eisenhower himself.
Hey guys, hi Heidi.
Hi. And we're having a pajama party. Go put your PJs on and come chat Elvis with us. I just went to Chat GPT and I asked for some more interesting questions for Elvis fans. The first question on here is, what's the very first Elvis song that you remember hearing?
Very first Elvis song that I ever remember hearing was my first memory of Elvis in general was when my mom was one of those, all day movie Elvis marathons, like on his birthday. They used to play them all day long, 24 hours. And it was the movie Fun in Acapulco. And I remember Bossa Nova Baby. That was the first, that's my first memory of Elvis, is just seeing him dancing around and how cool he looked. And that was the first song that I remember hearing of Elvis.
We had one of those record players, like those stereos that were in like the big
Oh
tall
yeah.
case.
Uh,
And my mom, my first record when I was like 5 years old, she bought me Elvis Sings for Children and Grown Ups Too.
oh yeah.
I used to beg her to play Old Shep, and she'd
Oh,
put it on the record player, and then I would just start bawling, and I'd beg her to stop it. I'd be like, "Stop playing it, stop it," and I'd be like, "Play it again." And she, like, I don't know, it's kind of
yeah.
weird, but yeah, that was definitely my first one.
Yeah, that's kind of an odd, not an odd song, but like a for an introduction to Elvis, because
Yeah.
you think of your first intro to Elvis being like a classic, one of the classics,
Yeah.
that really grabs you. But Old Shep, that's really cool.
Not only that, but that record has some pretty weird stuff on it, like because it's
Yeah,
for kids. So it was like
right. Yeah,
McDonald had a farm, and like I
yeah,
loved Big Boots when I was little. I thought it was so
yeah.
funny.
Those movie songs, I mean, you can find at least one great song in every Elvis movie.
Agreed.
The movie may not have been that great, but you can at
Yeah.
least pick out one song that you go, that okay, that's not a bad song.
From Scarum, not the best movie in the world, but Paradise. That's a fantastic song. I know.
I get so many requests for that song, and I've never done it. What's the song?
So
So
close yet so far from Paradise.
that's
I'm not
right.
sure if
Yeah.
that's the whole title, but yeah, yeah,
Maybe one day I'll do it.
that's a great one. If you could have been in the audience at one Elvis concert, which one would you choose?
Madison Square Garden.
You
Yeah.
got a quick answer for that
I've
one.
always thought about that. If I could go back in time to see Elvis, I mean, one of me and Vicky's favorite things to do on a road trip is to put on Madison Square Garden from the beginning.
Yeah,
And when 2001 starts playing, we just crank it up. And when he walks out, you could tell the audience was just about ready to explode. I mean, like, because you feel it like in the car, just listening to it on a shitty sound system in your car,
yeah.
like you feel the energy from that room and the sound, and when he walks out it just sounds like a massive tidal wave of like the audience just and it's like I can't even imagine seeing Elvis at Madison Square Garden. How about you?
That would be amazing. I'd probably something from like 1970, like some of the earlier Vegas stuff. Any,
Yeah,
I think I would love to see
yeah,
after just seeing Epic, because there's some crazy stuff in there, and
right.
I'd love to have seen some of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like I met a guy one time. We were on a cruise called the Malt Shop Memories Cruise. I play on it every year. And there was this guy, and I'd seen him several years in a row, and he finally came up to me and started talking to me. And he said, "You're probably not going to believe this." He said, "But I was in at the old International Hotel in 1969." He said, "I showed up because I knew Elvis was going to be doing his big return to the stage."
Yeah,
He said, "And I didn't have a ticket." He said, I just wanted to maybe see if I could hear him from outside, in the casino. I just wanted to try to hear him.
yeah,
And he said, I walked outside of the showroom. He said, and they were rehearsing for the 69 engagement, the comeback to Vegas.
yeah.
And he said, the door was cracked. He said, and I opened it up. He said, and I walked around and I came around and all of a sudden he was in the back of the stage.
Wow.
He said, and I started freaking out. He said, so I just picked up a bunch of cables and wound them up and I acted like I was carrying cables. And he said, yeah, he was like, he said, I played it off really well. He was like, so I had this big bundle of cables and like no one even gave me the second glance. They just thought I was working. And he said,
Sweat.
yeah, yeah. And he was like, an Elvis, he's like, they wrapped up the rehearsal. He said, I watched an hour of the rehearsal of 1969. And you never know. I've heard so many stories, and half of them are probably BS.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah. And Elvis got off the stage and he walked right past me. And I said, hello, Elvis. He was like, I'm a big fan. Could I get a picture? And Colonel Parker came around the corner and he was like, no pictures. Get
Wow.
out of here. Like he was like very rude to this guy. And Elvis said, no, man. He's like, the guy wants a picture. I'll give him a picture. So he said, and he got out his wallet. This old guy on the cruise ship got out his wallet. And he said, and we took this picture.
Yeah, damn right he has it in his wallet. I would too. I'd be carrying that
God.
around
And I was just like,
forever.
then I felt bad because I thought this guy's just pulling my leg or like making up some crazy story. But there's a photo of him with cords around his and Elvis standing there, like looking at it blew my mind that it actually happened. But what a story, It's like,
That out of his wallet and put it behind some like acid-free glass. But
yeah, it's like, yeah, it was all like bent up and stuff. I'm like, man, no one has a photo like this.
that's amazing. I love that story. What's your favorite Elvis movie?
My favorite Elvis movie has to be Blue Hawaii.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. That's
I
a great.
mean, it's got everything. It's got the girls in it. It's got great songs. It's got the beach.
Yeah,
It's got fights. It's got everything that an Elvis movie
perfect.
takes. Yeah. How about you?
I waffle between Jailhouse Rock because I just love. It's just such a beautiful like movie, like
Right.
cinematically.
Yeah.
It's got all those amazing like that moment with the everybody knows it, but the one where he says it's just the beast in me. That part I just love that part.
Yeah.
And I love so much about Jailhouse Rock, but also I love Change of Habit.
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
so happy in Change of Habit. Like he's like, okay, this one's not as many music bits, and it's a little
Right.
bit of a return to something closer to what he wanted to do. And it's also just really fun. There's an amazing bit at the I used to have Change of Habit on VHS, and
Uh-huh.
there's this part at the end of it where he's singing in the church, and
Uh-huh.
they cut from like Jesus on the wall to Elvis, and then it goes like Jesus,
Yeah.
Elvis, Jesus.
Yeah.
And I just found that part so awesome that like that my VHS was kind of like the tracking was all screwed up
Right.
because I watched it so many times.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love Change of Habit because the vibe of that movie was totally different than any other Elvis movie. And I like how Elvis looked in it. Like you never see Elvis with just like limp hair,
Yeah, yeah,
and he had the little bangs and it just you could tell he was like shifting into a different look and everything at that point. The pompadour was gone. He didn't have that. So
yeah,
that was the first look at Elvis that was like not exactly recognizable. You know what I mean?
totally. It's also interesting because they're trying to be quite like progressive. Like they've got the rage reduction therapy for the autism in it, and like he's talking about like the H and stuff like,
Right.
in his
My,
clinic.
my favorite my favorite part, and it's not a funny part of the movie, but I don't know why I laugh at this every time, but when he's got the little girl and he's like, love you, love you, love you, love you. Like you could tell Elvis was just
That's
going into the
pretty funny.
studio. He was just going into the studio like overdubbing these love. They're like, Elvis, say love you, love you, love you, love you.
Oh, that's awesome. Which Elvis jumpsuit or outfit do you think was the coolest?
Oh man. I think my favorite look of Elvis is seeing Elvis in those press conferences in like when he's got that two-piece black thing on with the red and black scarf.
That's
I,
good. They don't know where it is. Did you know that? They because right I went to that '69 Vegas concert, and then right afterwards was Elvis Week, and I was on my tour with Angie Marchese, and they had that suit in the living room. They do the fashions at Graceland, but
yeah, I
the
love
scarf's
that.
not there. And I asked her like, "Where's the scarf?" And she said, "We don't know."
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so crazy.
Like the powder blue suit, like that thing was like eaten up by moths.
Oh,
Like
sad.
moths got to it and ate the suit up. It was like in the barn at Graceland or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
I love the owl suit. I got an owl.
Oh yeah.
I just love
Those
the
of you who can't see back there, this is an owl.
yeah, that's right.
Like what a random thing to say in concert.
A favorite of Elvis's cars. I think I know
Oh,
which
I
one.
love what's that one car, babe? It's like white one? Yeah, it's like a white it's like on the same side of the
The
it's the
Lincoln?
I think the Lincoln.
Yeah, that's my favorite too. I think it's
Oh my
it's
gosh.
seven or something. I'm not sure. There's that
Yeah,
picture of him like leaning on it.
right. And it's got the slope back on it.
That one's amazing. I love
I
that.
love that car. Yeah.
High five, same answer.
Yeah, I love it. Beautiful.
Do you collect Elvis memorabilia? And if so, what's your favorite item?
I really like books on Elvis, you know. So if I'm going to buy something that's an Elvis collectible or it's going to be a book about Elvis or something. But I do own two pretty cool items that are big collectibles actually. And one is this. Okay, so this is a gold card. I don't know if you can see it.
What?
You know what this is?
No, I know it's a gold card.
Okay. So it's a gold card, and Dave Hebler, who was one of Elvis's
Yeah,
bodyguards for about 5 or 6 years, he designed this card and had these all made, and they were basically like if you were in the entourage or you were part of the TCB band or Priscilla or the wife, you know, they all had these cards right here, and
that's
it says.
cool.
Yeah, and you know, they're gold. They're like gold. And it says this is to certify that fill in the blank is a member of the Elvis Presley show, and then it has Elvis's signature on it and the TCB logo.
It's like thin metal, like gold.
Yeah, it's like gold
Wow,
plated.
that's so cool.
Yeah,
I've never
but
seen those
they
before.
would just engrave the person's name, you know, Marty Lacker, you know, Elvis Presley signature right there. So Dave Hebler had these designed, and he gave me one. This is like one of the original ones that he designed. So that's really cool. And then years ago, I was me and my wife Vicky, we were very great friends with Patty Perry, who passed away, I believe, back in 2011, I think. But we were very good friends with her. Anytime we would go out to Los Angeles to visit Vicky's family, we would see Patty or we would do a road trip with her. And she was there the night Elvis and the Beatles jammed. Um, I can't even imagine. But anyhow, she gave me, yeah, she was his hairstylist. She did his hair for the Aloha from Hawaii special. Do you remember in the alternate Aloha, the concert that they filmed the night before?
Yeah,
His hair was like all shaggy.
yeah, yeah.
And then you remember how great it looked in the actual broadcast. That's because Patty flew over, gave him the haircut, and styled his hair. But anyhow, in like 1974, Elvis and Patty were together, and he gave her a book. And there's one of these books is in Graceland, and I have the other one. This was one of Elvis's original copies of that book. And I asked an Elvis collector one time. I was like, "How do I know that this was one of Elvis's actual copies?" She was like, "Because Elvis, it wouldn't have any of his notes in it or anything. It would just be a book that, you know, he gave someone.
Yeah.
But this book that Patty gave me has
Yes.
all of Elvis's original notes in it, and Elvis also wrote a paragraph to Patty,
So
right here.
beautiful.
And it says, "To Pat, may you find the happiness and the quiet of spirit and love spoken of in this little book, Elvis Presley."
So beautiful.
So
Yeah,
this,
you let me hold that at your VIP weekend last year. I've had the opportunity to
yeah,
see it.
that's right. That's right. And I had this book for about a year before I actually found his notes underlined in red. There's things in there that you can see where Elvis in red underlined, and
Incredible.
it was just amazing. But this is my greatest Elvis collectible prized possession.
What a
I
trip.
got it safe here in my house, so take good care of it. In a secret location, buried in an unknown.
With security guards outside.
Yeah.
That is
Vicky's the security now.
amazing. Look at.
I collect things that are, you know, important to me or have a sentimental meaning to me, like this award right here. It says Dwight Eisenhower 2011 Heart of the King Award, Las Vegas, Nevada. They presented me with this award on the stage of the Hilton or the Westgate, but this is one of my most favorite things that I've ever been given.
Amazing.
And then, of course, my championship ETA belt in
Yeah.
2016. The year I won the ultimate. And yeah, so it's more sentimental things, that and of course my other world championship, Epic. I got my championship ring there.
That's wicked.
Yeah. So and
Fantastic.
my Images of the King title. So all of those things I cherish. Those are all memories and the things that I collect.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like junk.
Yeah.
I collect a lot of
Hey,
junk.
Ink is
This guy
awesome.
right here, I got him in Niagara Falls when I was 16 years old. He was
Really? Oh
the
my
first
God.
real house or apartment I've ever lived in through university. He lived in Ottawa with me. He's like a little worse for wear, but he goes everywhere with me.
Yeah.
And he's got some Dwight scarves on here for sure.
You say I recognize that gold one.
Yeah, nerds. He's got he's got some lays on here. But yeah, I know he's kind of
That
tacky,
is
but I
cool.
love him.
And that actually looks like Elvis. A lot of the busts don't, they look nothing like Elvis. So
It's not too bad. And I
yeah,
also like just quirky weird stuff like Russian
yeah,
and stuff like that.
that is
Obviously, I love the I love it all. I mean, I'd collect everything if I could, but
right.
I live in
That's
a
awesome.
community.
Elvis pajamas.
Yeah, got the Elvis pajamas.
Love it.
Truth be told, full disclosure, I'm only wearing the top half. I got jeans on.
That's okay.
What is your favorite Elvis hairstyle?
I really like how he looked in like 69, 1970.
Yeah,
At that press conference. That just
yeah,
it was before he started getting the really long, like, shag with the big, big sideburns. He still looked My favorite look, like I said, is that press conference. But have you, and I know you have, you've seen the footage of Elvis walking backstage of the Hilton in that blue two-piece thing, and he's got those sideburns, and his hair is just like you could sit a drink on it, like like on his bang,
yeah,
like that look to me, like it almost looked like perfect Elvis movies hair, but with big sideburns.
yeah, yeah.
So that's like my favorite Elvis look.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that like early the press conference time when it's almost like round, almost like a Beatles cut, but then with the big sideburns. Love that.
yeah,
And I also though the that press conference he did when he got back from the army with the in Vernon's office, his hair is just insane, and it's like
yeah. It's,
described.
it's like he had stopped dyeing it because he was in the army, so it was like that light brown looking and wavy kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Vicky's favorite Elvis look is when he's up in the Hilton and he's signing the contracts and it's still being built.
yes,
His
that's
hair is
awesome
like
too. Yeah,
crazy and he's got the sideburns and
got a
yeah,
cool
he
scarf in that
looks
one.
super cool there too.
Yeah, I mean he always looks super cool. Let's be real.
Yeah.
If Elvis was alive today, what kind of music do you think he'd be making? Now, I know Dwight just did this. Why am I looking over here like there's someone? Dwight just did this incredible special, the '88 comeback special, where yes, there it is, where you explored what Elvis might have recorded had he lived to 1988 and done a 1988 special. Any thoughts on after '88?
Well, I don't think much would have changed. I mean, think about it. From the time Elvis came out onto the scene, 1954, he dabbled in everything.
Sure.
He dabbled in gospel, rock and roll, country, pop, rhythm and blues. So, I mean, that was just Elvis's soul. So that's even why when I did the 88 comeback, I was like, I got to do some country. I have to do If I Can Dream to touch on the spiritual, and yeah, that's how I basically set it up is I tried to pick pop songs, rock and roll songs, all of it. So
I
I think he would have gotten, he would have stayed in all that. I think he would have been relevant in all of that. I do think he would have leaned more towards getting into more gospel. I think so.
yeah.
Because that was his heart and soul. That's what he loved to do.
Totally. That special is incredible, by the way, and I've seen the reception from others as well. Everybody loves it. It's just really amazing. It's so innovative and
I
new, and
hope you get to see it. We're going to do it in Verona, New York next year, and I hope you can make it to that. Yeah.
I hope so too. I would really like to see it in person. If you could hang out with Elvis for a day, what would you want to do?
Oh man, probably only because it looks so fun. Every piece of footage I see of him,
I
but
bet
just
you're going to say the same thing that I'm going to say.
just like flying around Graceland on golf carts or go karts, and.
Yeah, close. I want to ride around Memphis in a trike.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Same sentiment, right? Like just have
Oh
some
no,
fun.
I take that back. What I would want to do is be riding with Elvis in the pickup truck and him pull someone over and give them
Yes.
like. Well, if you don't think that's cool, turn
Yeah,
the
you're
camera
gonna be
off.
Elvis's deputy.
Have you ever heard that story of the girl, the lady that wrecked and she was pregnant?
No, I don't think I know that one. I know the stories of him like pulling people over for speeding and stuff.
Yeah, and it'd be like then he would write him an autograph.
Yeah.
There was a lady who wrecked in Memphis. Her car was flipped upside down, and they were trying to get her out. Everyone was already there, and the lady was stuck. She was pregnant. She was about to have a baby, like in a few weeks or something. And so the lady's laying, on the hood of her car, laid out like this, and she looks over, and here's Elvis, like looking in at her. And he's got, this is like 76, so he's got the huge sideburns and he's got the glasses on, and I think he had on like some sort of like police helmet or like a, you know. Um, and she said the lady in the she was like, I thought that I was dead. She was like, and I was seeing Elvis. She said, he said, "Are you okay, man?" Like, what a crazy like story.
Yeah.
Like of all people to save you or help you, Elvis was there as talking to you as the jaws of life are being.
That's completely nuts. Yeah, I probably would have thought I had died and gone to heaven.
Yeah.
Do you have an Elvis guilty pleasure song?
Do the clam,
Okay.
do the clam. Like that. Yeah. How
I
about
love,
you?
I actually love Song of the Shrimp. I know it's terrible, but it's so much fun.
You know what? I like that one too. And let me tell you something funny. When we played Sweden, I actually get requests to do that song.
Kidding.
Yeah, that song. Well, it wasn't called Song of the Shrimp, but the melody is a very famous Swedish, I think it's Swedish song.
No way.
Yeah, the melody. Yeah, it had nothing to do with shrimp or anything. But they
So
used
it's
that
not as good.
melody. Yeah, yeah,
I just love that song. It's so silly. And I'm sure Elvis hated it because it's a really silly song. But it's fun. Also, I just love that. That's a guilty pleasure in general. Like, oh, that's a different movie. That's Girls, 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 right? Song of the Shrimp.
right. Yeah,
But which is it fun in Acapulco where he plays the he was once a trapeze artist who dropped his brother and now
yeah,
he's afraid of heights. That's probably my guilty pleasure like movie bit because that is just so
yeah.
crazy. I love it.
He's like standing there looking down from the.
And they do flashbacks of him like
Yeah.
dropping his brother off the trapeze. Fantastic. Would you rather go bowling, roller skating, or horseback riding with Elvis?
Oh, bowling for sure.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Elvis bowling? He'd grab that ball and be like,
I'm picking roller skating because I want to hold his hand.
"Oh, okay, yeah." I didn't go that route, but
Which Elvis song would make the best alarm clock tune?
that's hard. I don't know.
I kept that one in there because I know it's a bit of an inane question, but because I actually had like a weird answer already for this one.
Okay.
Because
What would be yours?
there's this record that's called "Having Fun with Elvis on Stage,"
Yeah.
and it actually came out, I believe, while he was still alive, but
Yeah, it's just like him talking, right?
yeah, just him
Yeah.
talking on stage, like weird little bits.
Yeah.
And I had it when I was like a teenager, and my friends and I would just listen to it because it was so hilarious. There's a lot of comedy on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Elvis being silly, but there's a part where the audience was not really responding to him how he wanted them to, so they're kind of quiet, and he goes, "Psst, come on, wake up!" And I was always like, that would make the best alarm clock. I know it's not.
Yeah. I don't know. I would probably have Elvis alarm say, "I'm gonna pull your damn tongue out by the roots."
No, wake up. If Elvis gave you a Cadillac, what color would you want it to be?
White.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, just because that Lincoln is so beautiful, and Vicky's car, Bunny, is that
Just
cars just look so classy in that color.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
always partial to. I've always wanted like a pea green car. Really, I want an El Camino, not a Cadillac, but I love
Yeah.
just that sort of almost ugly green.
Yeah.
I
Like
love.
yeah, like pea soup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if they make Cadillacs like that, but I suppose for Elvis they would. So
Yeah, just freeze frame that scene from The Exorcist, take it into the
yeah,
car shop, and be like, I want it this color.
that's a bit acidic.
Oh
I want
yeah,
a little bit
oh
less.
yeah, a little more creamy.
Have you ever had a moment with a fan, a Dwight Eisenhower fan that had surprised you?
I was doing a long time ago this parade, um, and we were on the back of a float like a trailer, and it was moving. It was a Christmas parade, and I was handing out I was throwing scarves to the instead of throwing out candy, I was throwing out scarves.
Yeah.
And we announced, like, I was singing Blue Christmas. It was Christmas time, and I had my band on there, and I announced, I said, "Do not approach the float. I will throw, scarf to you." And this lady comes up and grabs this scarf like from like this, like from around my neck, and she's just holding on for dear life, and like she's like going like this because we're moving. And so she falls
Oh
and
no.
grabs the scarf, and as I'm singing, we go like this. We're like heaven. We ran over her. The float, the float went like this, and it ran over her ankle, broke her ankle.
Oh my God. Oh, I heard a
But
little.
she got the scarf. I looked back, and like she was going woo, like she had the scarf up in the air. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Wow. Now that's a fan.
Yeah.
She really wanted that scarf.
The craziest thing I've ever seen, though, and it's not an Elvis fan story, but the fans got a huge kick out of it. We were over in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, actually, and we had Eddie Graham with us. Eddie Graham was Elvis's percussionist, and that's the way it is. You can see him any shot where you see where Elvis is on stage. Directly behind Ronnie Tutt is this little guy with a bowl bear haircut and a beard, and he's playing tambourine or bells or timpanis. He played everything.
Yeah.
But anyhow, he told us one night we were in Amsterdam, and he was like, "I'm gonna do something crazy tonight," and I'm like, "Okay." So, and you got to understand, in Amsterdam, all of the play, like, we play these big rock and roll clubs, and so it was standing room only. There were no, "What's up, man?
Nathan just
How
got.
you doing?"
Hey.
And he says, "I'm going to do something really crazy tonight." So here's, 1,500 people or however many people were there, standing only. And the stage is like 5.5 feet off the floor, and it's all concrete. The whole floor is concrete. And you got to remember, Eddie Graham now is 80. Well, back then he was 80 something. I think he's mid 80s now.
Yeah.
But anyhow, he walks up to the edge of the stage, turns his back to the audience, and goes like this and falls into the audience and crowd surfs.
Oh my God.
And he did it like two or three other times throughout the tour. Like any of those rock clubs we played, he said, "I'm gonna do the surf thing tonight."
That's kind of amazing. Like
It was amazing, and like the crowds were just like, yeah. Like
that is
Eddie
awesome.
does this thing where he goes around, he'll start on his percussion instruments, and he'll go around, and he just starts playing anything that he sees around the stage or around the arena or wherever we're at. So
Yeah.
like if he sees like a little gate, he'll start playing his solo, and he goes all around. Well, he said, "I'm going to go out into the crowd tonight." Well, he didn't tell us what he meant. And that's when he fell out into his back, and the crowd, and he kept playing too, like he was playing his sticks. And
I did want to quickly talk about all the amazing things that you have coming up.
we got so much stuff coming up. In November, I'm going to be going back over to Europe to play Belgium and Holland this time. I think we've got 17, 18 shows, something like that, lined up. And then, of course, we have the debut coming up here of Lonesome Cowboy Strangers. It's going to be September 21st in Bartow, Florida, at a place called Unfiltered Coffee Shop. And then the following night, we're going to be in Vasani's in Port Charlotte, Florida. So we got a lot of Lonesome Cowboy Strangers. Lonesome Cowboy Strangers is my new classic country band.
Yeah.
And when I say classic country, I'm talking about real country music like George Jones, Buck Owens, Johnny Cash, all of that original classic country. We're going to be January the 6th. I'm really excited about this at Hernando's Hideaway. That'll be our Memphis debut with the Lonesome Cowboy Strangers. If you've never been to Hernando's, I know you have, Heidi. We've had some good times in there. But Hernando's Hideaway is this great little honky tonk in Memphis, Tennessee, right off of Elvis Boulevard. Um, Great hang, great drinks, great food, and it's going to be so much fun. We're doing a 4 p.m. Elvis show there on the 6th of January, and then a 9 p.m. Lonesome Cowboy Stranger show. So really pumped
Nick
about
and I
that.
are going to be there. I just booked
Awesome.
it
Yeah,
on my
awesome.
birthday.
And then, of course, what we work on this all year long, but March 13th, 14th, and 15th is the third, our third annual Dwight Eisenhower VIP weekend. So that's one that we're super excited about, and it's a whole Dwight weekend. I mean, I do shows nightly, Heidi.
Oh, I loved it.
But yeah, my whole schedule, everything, all the shows I got coming up can be found at Dwight Eisenhower on stage on Facebook, and then Dwight Eisenhower ETA on Instagram, or just dwigheisenhower.com, my website. Oh, I wanted to show you something real quick. Years and years ago, have you ever seen this book?
No, I don't think I have.
It's called King for a Day. Well, that's David Lee. But years ago, I mean, I was probably 20, I don't know, 20 something, early 20s. And I'm in this book, but I want to show you something else. This was my photo that they put in there.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you're just a baby.
Yeah, that's my real hair too.
Wow, amazing.
But let me show you this. You'll get a kick out of this. This is how long I've been in this business. Okay. Any guess who this is?
Oh, I gotta. Is that you?
No.
No, okay. No, who is it? Oh, wait. He looks familiar. He does look familiar. I do not have a guess.
This is how old this is how old this kid was when he was coming around. That's how long I've been in this business. This is 2025 Ultimate Champion
Here
Jimmy
he comes.
Holmes.
It's Jimmy. I knew he looked familiar,
And
but
this
he's
is
so
Jimmy
he's
and
so
his
blonde.
father right
Oh,
there. And
nice.
that's what Jimmy looked like when I met him first.
Aw, that's
But
a
this is an awesome book. King for a Day by Aaron Feinberg, but it's got a bunch of tribute artists in it, a
that's
lot of legendary tribute artists. Robert Washington's in here, Irv Cass, a lot of the guys from
oh,
back in the day. But yeah, it's a cool book.
what a cool book. Totally.
Oh, another thing. This is I'll send you one of these, Heidi. This is the new 88 Comeback, the audio CD.
Oh, amazing.
So it's got all the songs. You
That's
know,
so awesome. The suit too. Like if
yeah, isn't that
you guys
cool?
haven't checked out this 88 comeback special, you got to check it out. Like it's just such an incredible work. The whole thing of it, the effort that went into it, the songs, the graphics, the suit. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to doing it again in Verona, New York, at the Empire State Tribute Festival. The dates are July 30th through August 2nd in Turning Stone Resort and Casino in Verona, New York. And
Fantastic.
it's a tribute festival rocks event. So really super pumped for that. And I'll be doing my Follow the Yellow Brick Road Elton John story there.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
If you haven't
it'll be
seen
really
Dwight
cool.
doing Elton John, it's like equally as impressive as the Elvis. So.
Oh, thank you. Something really, really cool that we have coming up, not in the too soon future, but in 2027, we're going to be doing the very first ever Hawaii Elvis Festival. And I was one of the very first headliners to be asked to perform there, myself, and of course, Taylor Rodriguez, who is putting on the festival. It's going to be amazing. I mean, what better than Elvis and Hawaii? I mean,
Yeah.
if there were two things that ever were meant to go together, it's Elvis and the beautiful state of Hawaii. You can check it out at tmjrproductions.com. And the pre-sale tickets are on sale right now. They're already selling a ton of tickets to this thing.
Nice.
But it's January 11th through the 16th of 2027, Honolulu. And they're going to be doing tours of the Elvis movie locations,
What?
tours of the Aloha from Hawaii Arena. It's going to be so much fun. A lot of great headliners. Me and Taylor were the first two to be announced. Dean's going to be there, Cody Deoneth, and there's going to be one more that they haven't announced yet. So
Yeah. Fun. Fun.
yeah, but it's going to be a lot of Elvis Hawaii themed shows. We're going to be doing like all the songs from the Hawaii movies. Song of the Shrimp could be in there because that
Yeah.
was made in Hawaii, you know. But yeah, there's gonna be like an Aloha from Hawaii recreation show, I believe. So yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. Like I said, tours of all the where he filmed Paradise Hawaiian Style, like where they did Drums of the Island,
Yeah.
that beautiful. It's called, I think it's called the
For the
Polynesian
center.
Cultural
Yeah,
Center.
yeah.
Yeah,
Always want that's on my list for sure. Well, thank you so
yeah,
much for chatting with me and having a pajama party.
yeah. If you think of anything else, I'll be in these pajamas for another couple hours. So